Okay, continuing, part three of economics and inflation. And we're going to talk COVID. Okay, so go back in your mind to March-ish 2020, and we had the first shutdowns. My wife is a travel agent. She was flying back. 2019 had been her biggest year ever. She's been in business for 4 or 5 years at this point. It was growing every year, and she was expecting to do, say, roughly $1 million in business in 2020. And COVID hit, shut everything down. So now all of a sudden, here's what happened. First of all the business that she had, everybody that was supposed to travel in 2020, all of that stopped, all that canceled, which meant all that work that she did, she didn't get paid for. Okay, so that's all money that didn't come to her from income, and also had to be refunded by hotels, by airlines, by cruise lines, by travel companies, the excursion companies, everything. So all of that money that was in the system and being used now stopped, and all got returned. All the people that were working for those organizations, right, they got laid off and that sort of thing. So all of that stopped. Now, the government came in, federal government came in and put in PPP loans, which resupplied some of that money, but it didn't speed the money up, right? It didn't return it. We still were paying people. That was the point of PPP, was that you still had to maintain employees. But they weren't buying new products and buying from suppliers and stuff. So again, that velocity of money slowed way down, and that's why GDP crashed by, what was it, like 15% or something like that? Or 30% in a quarter? Okay, so COVID slowed things down dramatically. Restaurants, retail, right, stuff like that. So now consider this. Now you've got all of those people that generally, unemployment doesn't hit 15 to 16%. A lot of the people that were unemployed were on the lower end of scales. Again, retail, restaurant, hospitality. They spend all their money, generally speaking. So when they got unemployment, including the federal benefits, yes, it may have been slightly more than they were making before. Maybe, maybe not. But it wasn't going to be dramatically more. It was just going to keep them even. But again, they didn't have places to spend it. So that velocity of money slowed down, right? Even if they worked at the restaurant or they were a bartender, normally they might stick around and have dinner afterwards, or go to the bar next door. All of that stopped. So the velocity of money slowed down. So that's why we didn't have inflation. And that's part of the reason that we had actually deflation. Okay, so I'm going to pause here. I'm going to come in with number 4. In a second, we're going to continue to talk COVID, and we're going to talk about COVID and oil prices and gas prices, and then how that affects inflation.